as the gate drops, who gets that inside line? Colton Hake with a great start. It looks like Taddy Blasuziak's been able to push his way onto that outside line, but Blasuziak's down through that opening obstacle, and you can see Blasuziak just getting himself off to the side of the track and limping off now as well. Looked like his knee got caught up in the rocks. So Blasuziak, after no points in final 2, it looks like going to be no points in final 3. Colton Hake though with the whole shot from Cody Webb. And then you got Alfredo Gomez in 3rd spot. But with Taddy Blasuziak out of this race, it looks like, and definitely all but out of championship contention, this really is now a scrap for the championship as much as the overall victory between the two Americans. This is about getting momentum for the next round of the championship in Hungary. And right now that momentum is with Colton Hake. He's managed to pick up a point on Cody Webb so far in the course of today's running. Is he going to be able to pick up another 3 points to keep closing back that championship lead? Cody Webb just trying to be clean through the matrix, trying to close that gap on Colton Hake. The number 10 is leading this race on the Husqvarna, Colton Hake. These two riders have fought it out in the SuperEnduro World Championship and the Endurocross Championship in the US over the last few years. They really have shown themselves to be the top 2 riders in the world so far this season. You can see Taddy Blasuziak on the right hand side, just once again getting that little bit of tension that we saw him limping his way off. That's what's splitting himself from these leading 2 riders, and the championship standings will certainly put this as a 2-way fight for the title after Madrid. You can see there Alex Gray just getting himself caught up through the matrix section, but Cody Webb able to cleanly get his way through, not lose any time. The gap between Haker and Webb at the start of this lap was 1.1 seconds. Let's see if Cody Webb's been able to close that gap. It looks closer. As they come across the line, it stays the same. Colton Hake just strong in that final sector to edge out a couple of hundredths of a second over his rival Cody Webb. You can see that Cody Webb he looked like he just landed heavy and maybe just cased that jump as he came down onto the tabletop. And Cody Webb with a problem here. Did he land on the front of that bike and damage his suspension? But Cody Webb, he's given the advantage here to Colton Hake. Colton Hake now with a huge lead over Cody Webb, just trying to see what's happening with Cody Webb's chains off. So Cody Webb out of this race. Disaster for the KTM squad. They lost Taddy Blasuziak on the first lap. They've lost Cody Webb halfway through final 3. Colton Hake out in front on that number 10. Comfortable lead now for Colton Hake. It's a 1-2 for the Husqvarna riders. And you can see Cody Webb on the sidelines. Cody Webb out of this race. Just trying to get himself fixed, repair that bike and get himself back out there. If a rider has any technical problems, it's up to them alone to fix their bike. Marshals can help move the bike off the track, but they can't fix the bike. So now it's up to Cody Webb to try and get himself back into this race. Taddy Blasuziak has managed to get back into this race, and Blasuziak just trying to make some progress, but once again another mistake there for Blasuziak. And once again Blasuziak just showing how brave he is to try and fight on. After what happened in final 2, that huge crash where he injured his shoulder, after what happened at the start of this race, he's not giving up. He's got that fight of a champion. And Blasuziak, it might only be for a point right now, but he's doing what he can to try and pick up those points. Colton Hake on that number 10, just getting himself caught out with the rest of that traffic on that inside line. Managing to get through and lap Taddy Blasuziak. Not often you get to say that. Blasuziak, of course, multiple champion out in front. Colton Hake just able to avoid the crash through that section. It looked like it could have been Diego Vieira that went down. Colton Hake just doing a really good job to avoid all of these problems around him. Alfredo Gomez, though, we were talking about the bravery of Taddy Blasuziak to fight through his pain. Alfredo Gomez, he had a dislocated elbow after the last round of SuperEnduro in Race in Germany, and now he's in a position to try and pick up 17 points here in final 3. A little bit out of shape there for Kevin Gallas. Gallas down in 10th spot at the moment. Alfredo Gomez just lapping his fellow Husqvarna rider. Gomez nice and tidy over the tanks down in towards the matrix section. He knows that it's all about just trying to be as tidy as he can to try and get onto this podium. Behind him, it's this man, Ivan Leonsol. Javier Leonsol, he's in third position on the number 28, but under pressure from David Leonov. Leonov, of course, was able to skip the junior class to try and get himself into the prestige class right away. He felt that there was more to be learned in the prestige class, and that's definitely the case. And he's doing his learning on the fly here in fourth position, putting the pressure on Javier Leonsol to try and move through into the top three. Colton Haker comfortably out in front for Haker, 23-second gap between himself and his teammate. Alfredo Gomez in second spot. And for Colton Haker, of course, with Cody Webb still trying to repair his bike, he's down in 13th position. Taddy Blasuziak's back on track in, 13th position now for Blasuziak, 14th for Cody Webb. Those riders know that they're trying to do what they can to pick up a point in this race. But for Colton Haker, he's now got the opportunity to take the championship lead and really stamp his authority on SuperEnduro 2019. We've seen how tough it is for riders to try and make up points. We've seen how tough it is for riders to try and just carry that momentum. You can see there with Cody Webb just trying to get that bike fixed, doing everything he can to get back out. We're down to 0-0, so it's the next time Colton Haker comes through to start a lap, that will be the final lap. You can see here with David Leonov in third position now in front of Leonsol. It's a good performance there from the Russian rider. You can see Colton Haker just taking that jump on before the tanks. He's on his final lap now, chasing the overall victory, and he's styling it across the second tank. He knows that he's got a comfortable lead. He knows he's in a position to take the championship lead. He knows he's in a position to claim his first overall victory of the season. He came here to Spain chasing his first finals victory of the season. He'd been on the top three in each of the races, but hadn't actually won a moto, and now he's in a position to claim the overall victory here in Madrid as he comes through the final obstacle, through the rock corner. And you can see here with Haker, he knows he's got a big lead. He's just being comfortable as he rolls through the jumps to finish this race and claim the overall victory for Colton Haker on the number 10 Husqvarna. He'll take the championship lead as well, because Cody Webb, the man that came in here with the red blade, he's still trying to get his bike fixed after his chain broke. Taddy Blasuziak's managed to pick up another place on the 111, another point being picked up for Taddy Blasuziak. But after two big crashes in two finals, Taddy Blasuziak has given up a lot of ground. You can see Blasuziak on that 111 just trying to come through, but he's all the way down the field, and Blasuziak just another brave effort to try and claim the points here that he can. Blasuziak comes across the line and looks like he's in 12th spot, just behind his fellow Polish rider Cargill. You can see there with Cody Webb, he's trying to get that chain fixed still. You can see there, can't get assistance from anyone else, but Cody Webb trying to get that bike fixed. Colton Haker, though, he's been able to pick up this victory, and it really could be the pivotal race in the 2019 SuperEnduro World Championship. When we look back at the end of this season, this race could be the turning point for Colton Haker. This round certainly looks like a turning point for Colton Haker. He was under pressure at the start. Colton Webb now getting himself going once again to try and get to the end of this moto. But for Colton Haker, this really is an opportunity to once again show that he is the man to beat. He's been consistent through the course of this season, hadn't been able to pick up a final victory until now, but finally able to pick up final victories, and now an overall victory for Colton Haker. You can see Cody Webb trying to get himself through to the end of this race, try and pick up a point, but Colton Haker, he's picked up the overall victory. He's out celebrating in the middle of the circuit right now, but for Cody Webb, he's just trying to get through to the end of this race after that misfortune. It looked like he landed heavy from the tabletop jump, and that just broke his chain, snapped it off, and Cody Webb just left with nothing to do but try and get himself through to the end of this race. You can see Alfredo Gomez, second position for Gomez on the left hand side. Gomez able to claim 17 points, and after what he's gone through, to just get back to fitness for tonight's race really was impressive from Alfredo Gomez. And Colton Haker claiming the overall victory here in Madrid. Red plate for the championship leader, and Haker, he certainly knows that this could be a red letter day for the Husqvarna rider.